Hello, Algebra 1 students. This is Chapter 2, Section 1, Writing Equations. We're going to be writing equations. This is an extension of Chapter 1. We've already talked about this, so let's enjoy the review. When writing equations, we're going to use variables to represent unknown numbers referred to in the sentence or problem. Then write the verbal expression as an algebraic expression. Look for the word is to represent equals. So in other words, sometimes it's an algebraic expression and sometimes it's an equation. Okay, as we continue our review, it says translate each sentence into an equation. So we're going to have to practice reading the words and making the algebraic equation. A number b divided by 3 is equal to 6 less than c. Alright, so let's start at the beginning. A number b divided by 3 is, there's that word is, so that tells us to make it an equation. So b divided by 3 is 6 less than, whatever comes after than goes first, c came after than, so it was 6 less than c. And this is how I would write that equation. Now someone's going to ask me, could I write b divided by 3 equals c minus 6? Technically, you have translated that sentence, but this is going to be more difficult to solve. So I prefer that you write the equation like this. All right? Number 2, 15 more than z times 6 is y times 2 minus 11. So again, there's more than z times 6. I'm going to stop there. Don't stop there. Okay, so z times 6, I'll write that 6z. That came after the word than. So what was in front of it? 15 more. So it's 15 more than 6 times z is, there's my equal sign, is y times 2 minus 11. So y times 2, I usually write that 2y because you like to put your coefficient in front of the variable. So 2 times y minus 11. All right. Translate each equation into a verbal sentence. All right, you and I might read this and write this, there's 27 of you all. We might write it 27 different ways. 12 minus 2x equals negative 5. That's how we typically read this problem. But that's not a normal way of encountering word problems. So let's try to be a little more fancy, maybe is a better word, with our sentence. The product of 2 and a number x less than 12 is negative 5. Let's see if I wrote that correctly. The product of 2 and a number x less than, so whatever comes after than goes first, so 12 is going to go first, and it's the product of 2 and a number x, that is negative 5. Okay, you might have thought of a different way to write that. That's what came to my mind. All right, let's write this one. We would read it a squared plus 3b equals c over 6, or c divided by 6. So I'm going to say, as fancy as I can, the sum of a squared and the product of 3 and b is equal to the quotient of C and 6. Alright, so there's a couple of examples how to do that. Problem solving. One strategy to solve a problem is to write an equation. So we're going to have to choose a variable to represent one of the unspecific or unspecified numbers in the problem. This is called defining the variable, and I know we've already talked about this. Variable. Alright, look in the equation to determine what it is you're going to solve for. So this last word problem says a popular jelly bean manufacturer produces 1,250,000 jelly beans per hour. How many hours does it take them to produce 10 million jelly beans? Define a variable and write an equation and then solve. So it sounds to me like how many hours is what we're looking for. So let's define our variable. Let's let H stand for number of hours. Okay? And if they make 1,250,000 jelly beans, and I heard them say per, which can mean multiplied, per hour. So it'll be times, and let's don't write out HR, let's just put H, because we said H is going to stand for hours, per hour. And we want them to make 10 million jelly beans. So how many hours would they have to work at this rate of 1,250,000 per hour to get 10 million jelly beans? Alright, we haven't reviewed solving equations, but we're going to start working on solving equations. To isolate the H here to get it by itself, I need to undo multiplication. So I will divide both sides by 1,250,000. And we will simplify, canceling out our zeros. So we have 1,000 divided by 125. All of these cancel. And so H equals 8. So the answer is 8 hours. It'll take them 8 hours to make 10 million jelly beans. What is your favorite flavor of jelly bean? Think about that and let me know tomorrow. And I will also be checking to see if you tried to answer the rest of these on your own. Have a great day.